We think, once I have that thing, I'll feel safe. Once I reach that goal, things are going to be okay. I just need to get to this point and then everything's going to turn around. But when we do that, we're not living in the current moment. We're not living our life. We're always striving for something. We're always hoping for something. And then when we get to that finish line and we still don't feel happy, we feel disappointed. It's because that is a mirage. We're looking at something and going, oh my God, once I get there, then I'm finally going to fix all these things that feel broken inside of me. I'm finally going to be healed. I'm going to be whole once I can hold this thing. Once I can have this relationship. Once I can have this job. Once I can have this house. But that is never the answer to our problems. It is a mirage to think that you can fill the void inside of yourself. That you can chase success and that will somehow fill the need of self-worth, the need of self-love. You need to work on yourself along the way, because if you don't, once you get there, you're going to realize you've been in the desert all along. You were walking towards what you thought was water, what you thought was salvation, but really you were just tiring yourself out. So that when you got to the place where you thought you were finally going to be able to rest, you were even more exhausted from the constant walking through that desert. And that's what we're doing when we're always chasing. Where every 2 years, you need to switch jobs. Where you can't stay in a relationship because you figure out what's wrong with that person always at about the same point, whether it be 6 months or a year. Maybe that's not the right person for you, but maybe you just don't feel like they were able to heal you in the way you needed to be healed. And here's an alert for you. You don't need to be healed because you're already okay. You're not broken. That thought of I'm broken, that thought of I need to be healed is a big part of the problem because you're fine just the way you are. That feeling of I'm broken, that feeling of I'm not enough, that feeling of I'm not safe, that is what you need to work on. And people don't realize that joy and happiness and peace need to be worked on just like success in work, in business. Just like anything else you've accomplished in your life, if you were an athlete and you reached a great height, all that work that went into becoming that superb athlete that could perform the way that you performed, same thing has to go into personal growth. Personal growth doesn't just happen by accident. It happens by the work that you put in, by the books that you read, by the videos you watch, by the time that you spend with yourself, meditating, healing, feeling like you're good enough just the way you are. If you're someone who has had a lot of success, you know this innately. You know that it takes a certain amount of work, a certain amount of dedication and discipline to get to that end goal. It's the same thing with peace. It's the same thing with joy. So whatever you're doing in your life, don't expect that thing to do something else for you. It's like expecting that if you work really hard and you make a ton of money, that you're also going to have excellent health. They don't go together. If you want to have excellent health, you need to eat well, you need to go to the gym, you need to pay attention to your habits. If you want to make a lot of money and you want to have a lot of success in your career, sure, the health will help you along the way because you might have more energy, but one is not directly correlated with the other. And it's the same thing with inner strength, with inner peace. You're not going to get one just because you have the other. You have to spend the time and work on that inner self to get to where you want to be.